Welcome, everybody, back to the gRaceland Shootout Series. So glad you could join us. gRaceland Shootout Series sponsored by 5 Star Beverages. Let's talk about the race that we had last week. Daniel Holloway, Tommy Delago, and Phillip Temples 1, 2, and 3. Randy Bledsoe and Austin Evans were 4 and 5. Definitely was a wild one there at Texas Motor Speedway. But now we are to the track, the track that keeps on giving, Bristol Motor Speedway. Only about a half-mile in length in Bristol, Tennessee. This track with over 160,000 seats in the grandstands has been kind of changed up a little bit here and there compared to the banking. The turns are just a little bit different between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And these cars run just about that 15-second mark out here. I'm really excited to see how well they do, especially since they will not be on dirt. Back in 2021, once again, that dirt makeover I was talking about, they actually welcomed the World of Outlaws and the only Cup Series race to race on the dirt at Bristol. I don't know if you guys have subscribed to their page on Facebook for Bristol. They are in the process of laying that dirt down now, but tonight with the gRaceland Shootout Series, we're going to be running 75 laps here out here on the concrete. I'm pretty excited about that to see kind of what other things that we've got going on here. But let's take a quick peek at our championship, because I know some people do question, and really to me the biggest show right now is these guys here in the top 3. Robert Doig, Phillip Temples, and Thomas Delago are all tied at 148 points heading into this race here tonight. This should be the make or break. Tommy Delago is right now running fastest during practice. Phillip Temples is running second, and Bob Doig is sitting 4th. So this is going to be insane right now out of those 3 Chevrolets, how well they do. Now, I don't want to count out Adam Robertson. Robertson right now is practicing in his 28 Ford, sitting 3rd. So he may have a chance to increase his chances of moving up here, but we'll have to see. Doug Neal, a little slower out there on the track. He's sitting 5th in the points, but he's 15th during practice. So Bristol's a tough track. A lot of guys are going to be seeing a little bit different angles here on the track, kind of where they need to be, where they need to go, and how fast they can get it done. But here's kind of where we are out there on the point system. Like a couple of them to mark out there. David Cox ended up getting his first podium there. He's now 15th. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Woody Woodard, he should be sitting 16th. Ken Zeems, 17th. And a couple other drivers, Anthony Bledsoe, I think he's been out here once, Earl Thane a couple of times, and Rich Blake. Hopefully we'll see Rich Blake in the future in the number 66. So a lot of drivers, definitely, if there was one thing that some of these drivers, if there's going to be any kind of head banging out there or any kind of frustration out on the track, Bristol is the place to do it. With it being so small, You know, it's been making everybody scream since 1961 when originally this track was open and constructed. A lot of a big stipulation out there was during the Bristol, the world's fastest half mile out there, that they were actually talks of the amount of banking this track actually had. Some say it was 32, some say it was 34, some say it was 36. It was actually none of those. I believe the banking actually was somewhere around the 24-degree mark. So much shallower than a lot of these other guys. And and if you guys have paid attention to the Cup Series last year, the guys in the next-gen cars absolutely hate this track. They say the G-forces are so insane. It puts so much pressure on the driver that they can't breathe. And this is, it's terrible that the track. But fortunately, like I said, here with the GRaceland Shootout Series, these guys are going to be out there in their trucks here tonight. Let's take a look at Adam Robertson. Like I said, he is running third here so far for some of the times. Now, this is just during practice, so I wouldn't say anything too much out there. We can take a look at some of the best times out there. Robertson sitting third. Billy Stanley is in that fifth position. Randy Bledsoe down to ninth. Now, I do want to also mention, this being Season 2 winner here, sitting third, has yet to win a race yet so far this season. Same with Randy Bledsoe in the 81 Chevrolet. He has yet to win a race so far this season. So as was so excellent about what the GRaceland Shootout Series is doing now is expanding their wings. We've got a lot of new drivers, a lot of new faces, and it's interesting to see kind of what they put on here and how far they pick up on different routes of how they go. Out there in the chat, let me know. I see somebody out there saying there's some no sound, but let me make somebody double check that for me. I think everything should be okay on my end. Double check and make sure I do have sound there, guys. Okay, thank you, Miss Stanley out there. All right, Miss Hound Dog, appreciate you joining us here with the GRaceland Shootout Series. A couple new things we're going to be doing here tonight. Glad you were out there in the chat, because tonight I'm so pleased to mention that you are our Grand Marshal for tonight. So you'll be letting these guys get ripped when they get ready and finish qualifying. Only about a minute left here in practice, and these guys are running just a hair bit late, but that's a-okay. And then we'll discuss what the track conditions are here. But you know what, come to think of it, let's go ahead and take a look at Rich Blake. You're out there, man. I would love to see your 66 machine back out here, please, Mr. Blake. One of my favorite drivers, man. Get your butt back out here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what we're starting at here so far. 70 degrees in the air, 75 on the track, 75 laps, unlimited tires, 2 fast repairs, and maximum fuel. So a couple little different things out there for this race with these guys passing it back and forth. What this one was going to do, I knew there was some talks about some engine problems, and they had to switch a few things up. So some of these guys got a few extra gimmies. I know that they don't run fast repairs, but hey, it's Bristol. You get 2 fast repairs. So to me, from the outside looking in, this is perfect. This is exactly what you need, and this will be their chance to get it underway here. Qualifying has started. Of course, we do want to mention out there for qualifying that Beef Jerky Unlimited will be giving out 2 bags of beef jerky to the one sitting on the pole. So we'll see who can get out there and give us the best time. Right now, I've got nobody taking the track just yet. Let's see if Austin Evans. I see he's on the track. Seeing he's in the number 20 Chevrolet down there. There he goes. Making a little bit of movement. Robert Lynch. He's starting to get his number 21 Toyota going. And I believe fastest on the track right now, Billy Stanley's already out there. Excelente. All right. Give Billy Stanley a solid time here. Come on, Billy. Give me a solid time. All right, right now Billy Stanley is top of the chart here, but he's got a lot of guys pushing him. I know Billy, he's put over about 125 laps of practice here, so he's got a lot of go. I think Billy was able to get that second lap in before he spun there. Definitely had a tough one, 15-17. He's not going to be happy about that. He's going to start probably mid-pack here. As Bomb Dude sitting second. Austin Evans now taking the top. Phillip Temples sitting third. See if we can get a couple of these guys. Phillip Temples in the 17 Chevrolet. Oh, man. 1480 out of Phillip Temples. Fantastic job out of him. Robert Lynch sitting seventh. That'll be the end of his. Tommy Delago. Definitely super, super fast out of him. Like I said, he is up there tied for the points lead here. Can he get a little more than eighth on this? I see any more speed. Seventh. I'll do a little better than that. All right, brand new driver, Douglas Ross. So you should look familiar. Matthew Barker sitting 11th. Looks like he's finishing up there. A couple drivers. Greg Myers. You guys have been keeping posted up there for the gRaceland Shootout Series. You'll see Greg Myers been doing some fantastic driver cards out there. Making everybody look real good, and I can't wait to see what they got worked up for that. gRaceland Shootout Series always got things in the works behind the scenes. All right, a few drivers have yet to get out onto the track just yet. Greg Myers has some time in, but now Randy Bledsoe's got to get some time in. Let's see as he gets going around here. This should be about 3 and 4. Let's see what he gets at the line. Randy Bledsoe from dead last to 9th. All right, let's keep going here. So far, so good. Yeah, there we go. Randy Bledsoe and Adam Robertson. They're sitting 2 and 4 right now. So that's exactly what I like to see, is kind of returning champions coming back and getting 2 top 5s here at the short track. I do want to mention that last year, these guys went cautionless for 50 laps. So they're at, take them out of the super late models, put them in the trucks, and add 25 laps. I'm excited to see what they got in for this one. Let's see who else we've got here. I think David Cox might be getting out onto the track. Here he comes, the 119 Chevrolet, so running in the Jegs machine. Right now, Phillip Temples looks like he's lining up for another couple of bags of beef jerky here. No, Thomas Delago, he's going to be reaching into that pocket here pretty deep. I wonder if he sends it to him immediately or right at the end of the season. We'll have to find out. About another minute 15 of qualifying here. Some of these guys, if they're looking to lay down a time, got to be on pretty quick. Douglas Ross ended up hitting the wall a couple of times, so he, believe with strict qualifying, will not be able to place. So he'll be kind of in the back where a couple of these other drivers, Bobby Narberg, Terry Walters, Dean Viney, Douglas Johnson, and Fireball Woody have yet to qualify. Good here so far. David Cox trying to get a time here. Come on, 12th. So if I were David Cox, I'll take that. You know, he'll actually be able to move up about 7 to 8 more drivers. That's exactly what you want. Now, he's right in the danger zone, man, because I would not want to be hanging between 7th and that 15th spot. That's kind of panic time. Well, if you're not in those front 3 rows, you're in trouble. So a couple of drivers still looking here. Looks like we got David Cox looking. He is heading down pit road, and nobody else taking us up on it. That is going to do it. Man, oh man, oh man. That's going to be it. Looks like Phillip Temples goes ahead and gets the Beef Jerky Award here for qualifying. Awesome job by him pulling this one out of his hat. Alrighty, let's see if we can grab a hold of a couple of our drivers out here. One I would like to talk to is actually Randy Bledsoe. Let's see if we can grab a hold of Randy here. Randy Bledsoe. Let's see if we can grab a hold of Randy. Randy, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, man. Definitely glad to see you back out here. This track has been a lot tougher on some of the drivers. How does it feel out there for you?
It feels pretty decent. This is my home track, and I put a lot of practice and effort in this track. We'll see what we can do tonight. If I can keep it out of trouble.
Well, talk to me a little bit about the competition out there. You know, with you getting season 1, Robertson getting season 2, I'm not poking it in your eye or anything. Don't take it the wrong way. But neither one of you guys have won a race. So the new face is kind of tripping you guys up here at the early part of the season.
I haven't, but I had bad luck the first 2 races. I got taken out. I would have had top 5. I really think I could have won Las Vegas. I really do.
All right.
I had a really fast truck for there. But, yeah, competition, it's up there this year.
All right, well, you're going to be surrounded by a bunch of good dudes here in the front. Bristol, Kansas, and Chicagoland are next. And probably out of these tracks, this will be the one that you're calling might be your ticket in for a win.
I hope so. Fingers crossed.
All right, Randy. Well, go ahead and give me the shout-outs.
Shout out to all the race fans and Beef Jerky Unlimited and 5-Star Beverages.
All right, Randy Bledsoe. We'll keep an eye out for you, man. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
All right, Randy Bledsoe, everybody in the number 81, looking pretty good out there. I always like those mirror-finished numbers that these guys put on the car out there. Let's go ahead and get a hold of, wonder if we can get a hold of, let's talk to the Candyman. Let's see if we can grab a hold of him here.
4 or 5 cars.
Oh, no, mister. You do not. You will not. Daniel Holloway, talk to me here, man. Dude, what is this race talking to you?
Well, it's going to be a fun one for sure, and see if I can repeat from last year, but it's a different vehicle, and starting 6, 50 laps. Hopefully we just go green flag all the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, we were definitely hoping for that, man. I'm excited to see. Fortunately, you guys are given 2 lifelines tonight. You want to talk about a fumble by the admin, but it works out in, I think, some of your guys' favor. Who are you most nervous about here tonight, seeing that you're coming off a win?
All these drivers, I'm nervous because anybody can win.
Well, I don't know if anybody. Come on, man. This is Bristol. This is short track racing. This is... even if you're not involved in it, you can get involved in it. Daniel Holloway, man, I was able to tune in for your Daytona race, and I hope this kind of works out just as well, man. I know a couple things happened there later in the run. I think you were even up to 3rd place, were you not?
And which race?
I think it was the Daytona race you were racing last week.
Oh, the podium? No, I was leading at sometimes, but I got up there for a little bit. Then fell back, but came back up towards the end there for a top 10. So strong Hershey Kisses car. That Mustang didn't want to give up.
All right, Daniel, give me your shout-outs here.
Shout outs to Billy putting this league on here. Beef jerky. Phillip's gonna not go hungry at all with these polls. He's gonna be eating a lot of beef jerkies here pretty soon. And then 5-Star, gotta give them a shout out too for the sponsors and everything. And you up in the booth. And shout out for everybody who's all watching out there tonight. And hopefully we put a awesome show tonight.
All right, Daniel Holloway in the number 26 Chevrolet. Good luck to you tonight.
Thank you.
All righty. Daniel Holloway in the 26 Chevrolet. And that'll probably do it for our warm-up here as these guys are getting kind of getting locked and loaded here as we get our Grand Marshal to get ready for our famous words in NASCAR here in just a moment. I do want to mention a couple of new drivers out here. Like I said, Larry Fairman's getting back out here. Terry Walters is getting back out here. And a couple of these other guys. So I'm pretty excited to see how well that goes for them following the rest of this race here tonight. I'm not 100% sure what all we've got coming to us here because some of these guys are just... I think what I'm trying to say is that being a short track, these guys, even if you qualify high, you qualify low, you qualify in the middle, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are. It can be definitely a tight spot, and they're going to definitely be battling back and forth to figure out how they can get their way back to the front. This is going to be one of the hardest races for them, especially, like I said, when it comes down to this half mile, just tough, and we're going to see how well they get it done here. Let's go ahead and get these guys locked and loaded here, and let's hear a word from our Grand Marshal.
Gentlemen and Billy, start your engines.
Alrighty, everybody, that is going to do it. Man, you listen to the roar of those engines. Let's get to our starting grid. Phillip Temples, Adam Robertson, 1 and 2. Austin Evans and Randy Bledsoe side by side, second row. Robert Doig sitting 5th with Daniel Holloway will be sitting on the outside. Doug Neal 7th with Thomas Delago in the 8th position. Robert Lynch has got a top 10 start here, but Anthony Bledsoe will be starting next to him. Billy Stanley just outside that the top 10, but he'll be able to battle his way back into the front. Let's go ahead and see how well he can do that. David Cox will be starting 12th. That puts us to Matthew Barker, ace. Let's see how well he does. 13th, Greg Myers 14th. Larry Fairman will be 15th with Douglas Johnson on the outside. Dean Viney sitting 17th with Douglas Ross Jr. in the 18th position. Glad to see a big show driver out here. Let's see how well he does in his debut race. Terry Walters 19th with Bobby Narberg sitting 20th, and Fireball Woody back of the pack for him. Definitely going to be a tough start, especially in the back. 21 drivers locked and loaded for this one. I'm excited to see these guys get racing here because Phillip Temples is locked and loaded. Pace car is off. Phillip Temples, go ahead and give it hell, bud. Here we go. Green flag is out, and away we go. So far, Phillip Temples able to get the separation he needs out front here. Austin Evans got to follow along very, very quickly. Let's kind of take a peek from the outside. Oh, no, Randy Bledsoe getting loose. Looks like Holloway got a good piece of that as well, and we already have our first caution. Yuck. That was a nasty spin. Little rough start here for some of our drivers. Randy Bledsoe, Larry Fairman. I know Daniel Holloway got mixed up in that one. Let's see if we can take a quick peek at it. Since this is a short track, we're going to do a little bit differently here. So let's take a look. Looks like Holloway may have gotten in the back of Randy Bledsoe here. Man, oh man. Yeah, definitely not good there. You see Holloway trying to collect it back together and definitely spinning out here so early in the race. A lot of these guys are definitely going to get frustrated if this keeps up. But like I said, these guys brand new starting, fresh tires, cold tires, and they'll be able to give it a shot. All right, out there, let's talk to the guys in the chat. Robert Yost, happy birthday! You are 40 today, man. Dang, you left your 30s. I'll be there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I assure you of that. So, very happy birthday out there to Robert Yost. Hopefully, we'll see you back out here next round. Like I said, once again, shout out to Rich Blake out there. Glad you were able to get tuned in, bud. Hopefully, you're able to find your center man and get back out here. All right, let's see who else is out there. Miss Stanley, looks like Randy's up there. Let's take a look. Kathy Wallace is out there. All right. I think Douglas Ross is out there. Hey, man, how's it going? Looks like Jerry Scarborough Gaines is out there. Man, oh, man, awesome job. Appreciate you guys already lighting up that chat. Already telling me what you think out there. Already a quick caution here in the first 5 laps or so, but like I said, let these guys shake it off here a little bit. So we are unfortunately not going to be able to follow along with last year with 50 laps caution list. A little slip up there by Bledsoe and Holloway. Ended up getting that one a little tangled up there, but that is A-okay. They're going to stay all together here. Let's take another look at that wreck here and kind of see what unfolded. I want to roll it back here a little bit and see if there was any sort of contact, because I know this is going to be kind of a beef between these two if this kind of gets into a nasty touch. Yeah, I'm not even seeing them touching here, and they were a little farther apart even to begin with. So we may be, hopefully, for God's sakes, not fighting netcode for the rest of the night. Because last thing I would want is netcode when we're already at the shortest track on the NASCAR circuit. So if that, you got to widen the gap there, it's not going to be good. Temples and Robertson, side by side, Austin Evans and Bob Doig behind them. 3 and 4, let's go. Phillip Temples off to another great restart here. Austin Evans not able to get the pole he wanted, but watch Robertson to get loose. These two make contact. Man, Austin Evans definitely getting really hot and heavy here, man. He's got to take it easy. Austin Evans is around. Second caution here. RC's going to put a little get his boot off here or pull off the belt, and he's going to try to straighten this up here just a little bit. We did see kind of what happened there, and it did look a little bit like they got a little loose there right at the beginning. I'm not 100% sure if Austin Evans was just trying to push the envelope a little too much. It didn't look good for sure. But him kind of spinning out like that definitely made it a bad situation here in the front. You see him spinning out here, almost getting into the barrels, but he was able to collect it back and get back underway here. Do want to give a shout out there to 5 Star Beverages. If you're unsure what 5 Star Beverages do, they make your drinks come true. 5 Star Beverages can design your drink system, and they work with everything from beer, soda, coffee, and tea. They do sales, service, and installs, and where they are your beverage system specialists. They can do anything you drink of: tap, fountain machines, coffee machines, bubblers for teas, slushies. Man, they can do everything. So guys, if you haven't checked them out, I believe it's 5starbeverages.com, and they'll be able to square everything away with you there. That should be David Noble. Let's go ahead and get this one underway. I don't know about you guys. I'm ready for some green flag racing here. Tower is going to shuffle just a little bit, and the reason is we do not count caution laps, so they'll be able to kind of settle this down. And guarantee at least green flag 75 laps. Couple big movers of the race. Billy Stanley. Show me right now he's in the first place, but I believe he came down pit, so he may be actually in the back. I think he may have been the guy, seeing that there are 21 drivers, only 20 per side. He may have been the only one on the backstretch pit. So it may shuffle him all the way to the rear here. I know you guys saw that. With Barney up in the booth. That means the pace truck lights are out. Adam Robertson sitting second. Bob Dude in third. And Doug Neal sliding up to 4th position. Tommy Delago up to 5th. Looking good here so far. Biggest movers so far. Everybody kind of in the backfield behind 7th place has moved up at least 5 positions. A couple of guys have spun out. So let's see if these guys can calm it down a little bit as we move our way through the rest of the field. Let's kind of see where the shuffling begins. David Cox has moved up to 9th position. So he's broken into the top 10. Looks like everybody kind of separating here, looking pretty good. Let's try to stay with Tommy Delago. Right now, students are really be on the move. Right now, fighting alongside Doug Neal and his Chevrolet, moving on the inside. He's going to rotate up, makes contact with Doug Neal. Doug Neal is around. Oh, I can't catch him. There he is, Doug Neal. That'll be our 3rd caution. Doug Neal, unfortunately, gets turned around. Man, I got to say, I hate when you call it, when you kind of watch these guys and you see where it's heating up. But Delago looks like he rotates up just a little too soon, or Doug Neal didn't rotate up soon enough. So they're probably going to call that a racing incident here. Unfortunately, Doug Neal gets the worst of it. Doesn't look like damage bad enough to require a fast repair. Good amount of damage there on the right side of his truck, though. So he may have a lot to think about when he gets back out there. Hopefully they are able to calm it down just a little bit. I know it's looking pretty tough for them, but they'll go ahead and square this away just a little bit. And hopefully we'll be able to get this back underway. Pit stops are going to start for a couple of drivers out here. Ones in we are taking a look at is Doug Neal, Anthony Bledsoe. Yeah, as I say, there shouldn't be anything. We're already looking at Doug Neal. See, he's dog tracking a little bit. That truck's kind of driving half straight, so he's got the wheel cranked already. Not looking good. Doug Neal already in the back. Kind of want to see if he is able to straighten the wheel out and if it drives straight. Yeah, you see how hard he's turning it right and it's still turning left? Yeah, if there's one thing at Bristol, you cannot, absolutely cannot do that. Carlos is starting to double file here. Doug Neal's got to hurry up. Here's single pit roads. Have a lot to do out here. Robertson and Phillip Temples haven't really been able to make any ground on each other just yet, seeing that most of this race, unfortunately, has been under caution. All right, come on, put that caution flag away. There we go. Out there on the track. Hopefully these guys will be able to get some green flag laps down. I thought we may have kind of been able to shake some of those off, but let's try again. Let's see if we can get this. One going. Let's see some solid times here. Ooh, looks like a little slow start there by David Cox in the back. Kind of starting an accordion effect. That ended up working its way on back. I don't know if Doug Neal or some of the other drivers, Dean Viney might have been got the worst of that one, that 71 Chevrolet. Fireball Woody might have the best idea. Hang in the back and wait, let them kill each other and then move your way to the front. Holy cow, Billy Stanley's, we see him having a little bit of trouble there rotating out of the turn. That's what I was saying, fastest in practice, but it definitely changes when you got to start racing it. Already decent separation by some of our drivers out there. Larry Fairman. Something's happened to him. I think he just got way loose, dropped to the bottom. Get a little closer to the action once these guys are able to settle down just a little bit. Oh, man. Taking a look at Fairman. It looks like he's banging off the door there of Terry Walters. Let's rotate back up front, see if Tommy Delago is able to settle it down a little bit. I will say, Delago is off by almost 2 seconds already. Temples and Robertson are getting pulled away. Right now, here are your top three. Phillip Temples, Adam Robertson, and Robert Doig. Right now, 2 Chevrolets and a Ford. Robertson in the Ford. Fireball Woody, oh no! Fireball Woody, first victim, lap down. He's going to go ahead and duck on out of the way. Going to go ahead and collect some points here tonight, regardless of where he finishes. Let's keep on our way back. Robert Lynch. Let's see how Rob's doing. Robert Lynch is kind of battling around back here. It looks like with Greg Myers and Daniel Holloway right behind him. Caution. I think Douglas Johnson, the 3, may have collected in that one. Ooh, there's engine smoke. He may have had to tow on that. Here's the contact with the 78. Oof. There's the collection right there. Oh, boy. Talk about heads-up driving by everybody out there on the track. He kind of rotated back up the track. And that, dangerous. Let's take another look at it from the top side here. And then I actually want to hop inside his car and kind of see, because it looked like everything A-OK, but for some reason he kind of shot right after that. Made contact with the 78. The 78 almost straightens him back up here. But here's where he's okay. And then kind of launches it back to the right. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. See if we can take another look at it full speed here. Oof. Now some of you guys out there are thinking exactly what I'm thinking. 3 words, lock them down. Holy cow. You know, once you rotate back up that track, you can get in even more trouble. And even if your night was going bad, it can ruin somebody else's night. A few guys are coming down pit. Douglas Ross Jr., he's down here. He's down pit road. I believe he was the car that he was, the number 3 was ricocheting off of. Should be the number 78 Toyota. So he ended up with some damage on that one. Billy Stanley right now is showing 11th, but we'll see on restart where that ends up putting him ultimately. Show Randy Bledsoe working his way on down, or back out of pit, so quick pit stop for him. There is unlimited tires here. So if I were some of these guys, I would not be taking fuel unless you've kind of built the car, set up the car for more weight, and then I would add fuel. But it looks like we're going to be heading around a couple more times here. The cautions are heating up pretty tough here so far. Hopefully we'll be able to kind of settle this down here a little bit. I already see Miss Hound Dog out there saying too many caution laps. So got a few people out there rooting on Billy. Seeing if Billy can fight his way back to the front. He did have a outside the top 10 start. Fortunately, he has moved up a few. Guys are double stacking here. Right now, biggest mover of the race would be Greg Myers. He's up 10 positions, broke into the top 5. Seeing if he can fight his way up there in that number 53. He should be sitting 4th. He's got to actually snug up to Robertson here before they get going, unless he's trying to get a running start. Phillip Temples is not a fan of the restart zone. He goes in and launches immediately. And almost a 3 wide as Holloway is sending it here. Good Lord, what in the world was that? Yeah, I don't know on that one. I may have to kind of point fingers at the 26 on that one. That did not look good. Just as they were getting ready to go, looked like Holloway tried to send it in the back of Greg Myers. But I don't know... I'm not quite sure what the point that would have been. But, let's see if we can kind of take a look at it. So there's Holloway. He should be second on the outside there. And he starts giving Greg Myers a shove. Lets way off and then gets rear-ended. Greg Myers into Robert Lynch here, and actually it almost flicks him back up. Holloway can't escape. Man. Some silly driving out there. Right now I got a bunch of guys back down pit road. Fireball Woody, Terry Walters, Nartenberg, Douglas Ross Jr., Holloway's down, Larry Fairman's down. Greg Myers, we're taking a look at him. He's down pit road. Anthony Bledsoe's back down pit road. Only a handful of drivers have yet to pit. Now look like Phillip Temples, Robertson, Bomb Dude. I believe Robert Lynch has not pit. Dean Viney has not pit. And David Cox has yet to pit. So a bunch of guys who have yet to pit are thinking about it. Maybe these guys may have an idea if they have unlimited tires. Maybe come down if they've been slipping and sliding around, ending up with any problems out there. It might be a heck of an idea to come down, throw a fresh set on. Oh, Liz Stanley, let me tell you. Pitiful? Haha, yes. Alrighty. Pace truck lights are off. Normally I would try to pull some of these guys in during the caution, but I know some of them are probably getting a little heated. On that last one, it was not looking too Too good on that one. I'm sure Greg Meyer's not happy about getting the turbo boost he did not expect heading into turn one. I will admit this is letting a couple of the drivers out there get up ever so slowly. Getting another chance to the front. I mean, heck, look, Doug Neal's back into 7th. He's able to survive it. Robert Lynch, he's up 4 positions, sitting 5th. So let's see if we can get this going again. Do rotate a little back here about mid-pack because Phillip Temples has got this restart. Has no problem doing it. If this is all he's got to do all night is the restarts, I'd be more worried about him running out of fuel. Fortunately, max fuel is where we're going to be. So they don't have to worry about that. Robert Lynch builds himself a little bit of a cushion here. But he does have some damage to the rear bumper of that truck. So less downforce for him, which is imperative here at Bristol. So we'll see if Robert Lynch can keep the truck on the track and not let the rear end slide away from him. Doug Neal sitting 6th. Dean Viney, we're taking a look at him in the 71 Chevrolet. Trying to see if he can get a little something going here as Randy Bledsoe looked like he may have given him a little shot. Now, I will admit, looking from the outside looking in, you know, these two, everybody bumping, you'll see kind of guys give them a little nudge, push them in the turn a little bit, maybe clip them with the rear bumper. Things like that are going to happen. It's a half-mile track. I mean, this is so small, and these guys getting a top speed of 140 miles an hour out there, even, you know, in the straightaways heading into the turns, you know, it's going to happen. These guys are going to be trading paint, and that's definitely why they've got painters out there. They got to keep them in business. I don't know how many guys will leave with a straight panel out there. But biggest mover so far, Viney sitting 8th, Douglas Ross Jr. sitting 9th. So his first career start here with the GRaceland Shootout Series in the 78 Toyota looking pretty hot here so far. He's almost up 10 positions, and he's well into the top 10 here. So looking pretty sharp at this point. We'll see if he can keep going. As he is, there he goes. And that's exactly what you do. Just kind of wait it out a little bit. Somebody will make a mistake, and then you attack. So now Douglas Ross has moved up to the 8th position. He's going to be trying to chase down Randy Bledsoe, who is down 3 positions, sitting 7th. Couple drivers rotating back up front here, seeing if Austin Evans can get a little room here on Adam Robertson. Austin Evans had some problems early in the race, but he's still going to continue his way on forward. Let's see, Richard Sutton, if you're out there in the chat, man, where are you? You've been sending all sorts of videos, man. You got to let me know where in the world you are. I see you're at a racetrack. Tell me where you are, where you're at there, bud. Phillip Temples still leading this race with Adam Robertson. But Robertson is under fire. Austin Evans is trying to find a gap here, and he's going to have it. Right about a fender on him. Let's get close to the action here. Austin Evans able to hook this one. Robertson taking that more effective route toward the top side, but you do see he has damage on the right rear of that truck here for Adam Robertson. So I don't know. Right now it doesn't seem to be affecting the way he drives. There's a little bend there, right where the 5-Star Beverages logo is. Good here so far, and I'll tell you what, this is exactly what I want here, Liz and Kathy Wallace out here. Check, I mean, look at how this is. This is so great, you know. See with green flags? Now we got some races. Now let's get going. What? He's at Daytona? The Victory Sim Rigs? No way. I'm jealous. Ooh. Speaking of jealous, Robertson's guarantee you happy. The jealous one is Austin Evans. He wants that line. He's trying to figure out how to get in front of him. Temple's starting to slack off a little bit. Temple's starting to lose a little bit of speed. Is now 2nd and 3rd are now catching up. Phillip Temple's running into lap traffic. Looks like Fireball Woody might be under fire again. Looks like another lap down for him. Ooh, man. Too wide for Robertson and Evans still. As they were coming up on some lap traffic, Evans looked like he may have had to check up a little bit. Robertson getting the separation he needs. Robert Doig kind of waiting on it. Waiting to see if anything's going to happen here. So far, no other action. Looks like right now Austin Evans trying to make something happen here. Austin Evans getting pinched here on the 006. Bobby Narberg, he is in 15th. He'll be a lap down now. About maybe 2 laps down. Oh man, did I just see Robertson? Yes, he did. Drop to the bottom line. He maybe sees something. He's got a fender here on Temples, but Temples makes the block. And now Evans finally gets the line he's been looking for, which is the high side. Robertson may have made a mistake here. Now he's going to be chasing him. Austin Evans may give Temples a little push here to see if he can get broken away again. Adam Robertson seeing if he can kind of get back in the groove here. Temples drops a little loading, take away any air off the side of that nose. Trying to remove a little bit of traction off the right front of Adam Robertson. Phillip Temples is. Austin Evans gets loose. I don't know if Austin Evans riding that low line if it's caused any extra tire wear on the right front of his truck, so he's got a little bit of traction issues here coming through the turns. But now Austin Evans using the Phillip. Oh yeah, using Phillip Temples there to try to jam him into lap traffic. Adam Robertson gets the lead. Definitely a good jumble of cars behind him there. Robert Lynch, Randy Bledsoe, Doug Neal. Bomb Dude has dropped all the way back to 7th. As Robertson is taking the lead, Phillip Temples has dropped down 3rd, as now Austin Evans has taken 2nd. But Austin Evans has been battling alongside Robertson, knows how he needs to beat him. Low line doesn't seem to be getting it done here. Temple still on the way back. Not a good part of this race. I bet you he was hoping there were going to be nothing but cautions for this one. Randy Bledsoe gets by him. Phillip Temples down to 6th, so either Temples is slacking off big time, hoping for a caution, or his tires are plumb wore out. Robertson is taking the lead, and his Ford is pulling away. Temples down to 7th. Doug Neal now got him, and now around they go. Let's move up to where it looks like Robert Lynch and Randy Bledsoe made contact. Robert Lynch is around. Oof. There's the caution. 6 cautions here so far, halfway through the race. I think Bobby Narberg and Fireball Woody got into it even after the fact. And I can guarantee you there are a lot of drivers that are going to be coming down pit road now. Phillip Temple's going to be one of them. If he was slacked off that much, lost that many positions, he may have burned those tires off. So let's head to caution and figure out what happened here. Let's take a look at it top side here. Here we go. Kind of rotating their way on through. See, everything seems A-okay right here. Looks like Lynch is going to save it. It's Bomb Dude on the inside, and I think he just kind of hooks and sends it the rest of the way around. Lynch still trying to save it. Phillip Temples sends him. And that's it. Done. All right, pit stalls for everybody. Robertson, Evans, Bledsoe, Bomb Dude in, Phillip Temples in, Doug Neal back in, Anthony Bledsoe, Douglas Ross, Terry Walters are in. It should be pretty good. A couple of drivers did decide to stay out onto the track. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that Billy Stanley might be in the lead here. Oof. Billy Stanley's got a bunch of damage all over that truck. That should be Billy Stanley, David Cox. Both have moved up 10 positions for their from where they sit now. Phillip Temples on a fresh set of tires, I think, behind him. I may be wrong. He may be only a set of right sides. 9.7 second pit stall time for him. Everybody else took 4. So Phillip Temples looking to see if he can up the ante a little bit. I have seen guys only take right side tires and they say it tightens the car up. But with as much fall off as Phillip Temples had, this may be a pretty gutsy call. Pace truck lights are out. Billy Stanley's going to take us to the restart. Here we go. Green flag is out. Billy Stanley, David Cox side by side. Looks like a little bit of Randy Bledsoe shoved to the back of the 17 as they're already getting mashed up here. Billy Stanley has to check up big time. The last time Billy pit was on lap 3. Showing that Billy has only come down one time. No tires for him during that expedition. But back in the front, David Cox has the lead. Oh, a little into the wall. And now Robertson has the lead. Phillip Temples trying to chase him down. Adam Robertson taking a 4-tire pit stop may have been the right call here as he's now pulling away from Phillip Temples. Let's rotate back to some of these drivers are getting really jammed up here. Doug Neal on the bottom. Oh, man, look at David Cox. David Cox in the wall of 2. Definitely having a hard time to find that groove where he needs to tuck back in. David Cox sitting 6th. Doug Neal will be the next one to try to attack and get around him there, and he does. Right now, David Cox into the wall. If there's another caution, I guarantee a faster pair and 4 tires for him. He decided to stay out in the 119 Jegs machine, so he's got a little bit of work to do to that race car. Bunch of drivers down. Right now, only about 12 drivers on the lead lap here. Drivers moving around. Let's take a look at Robert Lynch here and see if we can take a ride along the top of his race car. Oh, man. Yeah, you can see the sliding there by Anthony Bledsoe. Kind of gutsy. It's interesting to see that Robert here isn't rotating up the track to try to use the track to help slide him in there. It's kind of a Dale Earnhardt move is what he used to do. And then he's taking a look back there at David Cox. David Cox sending it into that turn. Robert Lynch still trying to chase down Anthony Bledsoe here. Coming up on just about 25 laps to go. Adam Robertson is still in the lead, but as we rotate up, Phillip Temples is on his way around. But he saves it. He saved it. Phillip Temples goes from 2nd place down to 8th. Looked like he may have touched the apron. Definitely having some trouble out there already in the chat. I agree with you out there. Yet you're saying they're rubbing so much you can hardly see their door numbers. So it's definitely tough out there for sure. Let's see if we can find a little something. I want to see actually what happened here is when caution just came out. Trying to see what happened to Phillip Temples here. Yeah, it looks like Temples may have just gotten loose. I'm trying to find Phillip Temples and figure out what happened over here. Oh, Rob, dude got him. Got him a little loose. Like Temples may have had to check up in that turn. Let's see if we can get back live here because I think Fireball Woody might have been caught up in this last caution. Let's take a look. Oh, look out, Fireball. Interesting that brought out a caution. Oh. You wouldn't think that brought out a caution there unless he was in reverse. He did save it there. I mean, it almost looked like Phillip Temples did. He slid around and was A-okay. A couple of drivers coming back down pit road. Billy Stanley definitely coming down. I would 100% expect to see him with a faster pair try to straighten out the panels on that truck, and 4 tires for him. Phillip Temples, Anthony Bledsoe, David Cox are down. We saw how David Cox was hammering the wall a few times, so we'll see how well what he decides to do. Doesn't look like Adam Robertson is going to come down pit road. Let me see if we can grab a hold of Adam here, and let's see if we can try this. Adam Robertson, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Was the 4-tire pit stop the good call?
I don't know. I hope so. Clean air's the call, I think, that's going to be the key to this.
All right. Well, Phillip Temples looked like he may have only taken 2 there in the back, and you were able to outrun him on that restart. That's why I was kind of asking: was it that big of a gamble heading down pit road whether to take 2 or 4?
I don't know how bad I was outrunning them, but I was just riding and saving tires right then.
All right. Well, Austin Evans has been trying to put a lot of moves on you out there. You getting nervous at all? You doing any mirror driving, or are you all out the windshield?
Oh, it's out the windshield. As long as you stay on that top line, you're usually fairly safe unless they slide up into you, like I got slid up to about the first couple of laps. But on cold tires, it's hard to keep it pinned down.
All right, I can't agree with you more there. Adam Robertson, right now, if you're able to bring this away, at least one of our season champions from 1 or 2 may be able to come away with a win here. It's definitely tough seeing that neither you or Randy have gotten a win yet, but, man, you've got a lot of work to do. Pace truck lights are out. Good luck to you, man. I can't wait to see what you can do.
Thanks, sir.
All right, everybody, hopefully we'll be able to talk to Adam Robertson here later on in the race and get his shout-outs, because they are about to get back under green here in just a moment. Robertson, Evans, front row. Bomb Dude and Doug Neal. Doug Neal from the NSRA League. Glad to see his Simbox Chevrolet back out here. Terry Walters 5th. Robert Lynch was sitting 5th. Oh, 5th now. Definitely, as you can see, there's a little bit of a tangle up here. Number 27, Terry Walters. Might have missed a shift here. Looked like he got going. Big tire spin by him, and Phillip Temples is on the move. Definitely moving on up for him. 14, about just under 15-second pit stop for the number 17 Chevrolet. And he is picking up the pace. Right now, fastest on the track. With a 14.86, he is on the move. Man, oh man, oh man. You better watch out for him. I definitely want to see. He is still fighting through traffic. 15.03 on that one. Not too far behind the guys here in the lead of where Robertson said clean air is the place to go. That is definitely, I couldn't agree with him more, as he's getting separated here. Robertson trying to pull off the front of Austin Evans. I'm keeping an eye here on Phillip Temples and seeing if he's going to drive the tires off this. Robert Lynch trying to hold on to a top 5 hold here. Douglas Ross in 7th. He's up 11 positions here in the race. And unfortunately, a couple of drivers who are out of the race, Daniel Holloway, Tommy Delago, and Douglas Johnson, have taken it back to the garage. So that's going to be it for them, but we are back under yellow. I think Bobby Narberg might have been in this one. See if we can take a look. We're definitely getting a good rack of cautions here. Bristol Motor Speedway is going to start charging by the mileage on the pace truck. There he is. Yep. Got a little trouble there. Ended up spinning out. That was a little contact down there at the bottom for the apron. So the apron gets slick as glass down there, so you got to stay on the racing surface where the rubber starts to build up. Definitely tough for some of these drivers to kind of back and forth, but this will be able to clutch everybody back together where Phillip Temples was really capitalizing. See what anybody decides to do, if anybody's coming down pit. Terry Walters coming down pit in the number 27 Ford. Looks like he's rolling around the 27 Ford of Widow Wax. Should be a sponsor out there. Come on, man. Oh, boy. A couple other drivers, Bobby Narberg and Greg Myers, are down pit. See if they can keep moving around here. Right. Gaines out there. Where are all the other comments? I think some people are out there on Twitch and some people are on my YouTube. I see you out there on Facebook. Appreciate you joining us here tonight. You know, this has been a little bit of a tumble up here for the GRaceland Shootout Series, but still, regardless, they do have good runnings. It's definitely a short track. I expected to see no less than 5. I expected to see at least 5 cautions here, because really, when you start getting these trucks as light as they are in the back end, it's tough. These cars, you know, you just tap somebody on the quarter panel and around it goes. It's very, very hard to make a recovery, especially in these Craftsman trucks. But it's just it's tough. Some of them are just kind of silly stuff, and others it's hard racing. I don't know. Like I said, looking back at Daniel Holloway's one, kind of shoving Greg Myers there, I don't know. I wonder if Greg Myers kind of backed up the turn, didn't like the high side, and it was just a miscommunication, the two of them not racing around each other enough, if something happened there. But then you get, you know, the silly one like last time, Bobby Narberg there, you know, touching the bottom. That was just kind of, I think he just, once he got hooked on that apron, he couldn't get it let go. And it ended up taking him the rest of the way around. So Robertson and Evans. Evans is going to have to figure out something here, because these two are battling side by side, and unfortunately Robertson is able to pull away on these restarts. He's getting the separation he needs, and I would expect Robert Bomdude here, you know, sitting here in the 3rd position in that number 9 Chevrolet. He's going to try to follow along. He's got to try to get that 2nd place, but not so easy, as Doug Neal is going to hold him there on the bottom, and Bomdude trying to make the separation. Phillip Temples looks like he turns Doug Neal. And I don't know if that's the 2nd time in this race, but I think Temples has bumped somebody again and shoving him out of the way during the restarts, bringing out yet another caution. All right, let me see if we can kind of roll that back and see if Doug Neal missed a shift or if Phillip Temples did something silly there, because that wasn't supposed to happen. Hold on just a moment. Let's try to take a look at this here. So got Phillip Temples is following behind Doug Neal. Yeah, it looks like Doug Neal may have started sliding up the track a little bit, and Phillip Temples is coming on a lot harder. There's Billy, down the bottom, out of the way. Ooh, man. Oh, 9 cautions here so far, only about 20 or 19 laps left to go here in this one. Bristol Motor Speedway has not been kind to any driver out here on the track except Robertson. He says, you know, he's been bumped and banged a few times here. I believe him. I know everybody is, but right now when he's getting the lead and now if he ends up being able to ride this out almost, 3 or 4 laps, caution, 3 or 4 laps, caution, Robertson may be able to pull home the win here. Last time most of these guys pit was back on lap 39. The next big pit stop was about the 51 mark. Pace car lights are still on. Interesting enough, I do want to mention that taking a look at it, Doug Neal and Phillip Temples may be starting side by side again. Robert Lynch has dropped down to 6th position now. Interesting to see after that turn. Lynch is going to have to turn it up a little bit. Douglas Ross Jr. still biggest mover of the race, up 10 positions, sitting 8th. A couple of these guys back and forth. Let's see kind of how everybody matches up here. I would like to see some green. We saw that long stint of green flag laps that we had earlier. And that's where we found the weak point out in Phillip Temples' game. He was out there leading, and then all of a sudden, just massive fall off by the 17 Chevrolet. Don't really see any damage to the right front of his truck, so I can't say he made contact with the wall out there at any point. But that's kind of what we need. We got to get some green flag laps here because, Adam Robertson may not be the fastest guy out here. And Austin Evans is kind of waiting him out here. He's trying to find this line. So if Robertson can get the launch here, and that he does once again, he's going to be able to pull away. And Austin Evans, once again, is going to be trying to chase him down. So Evans not laying off the gas. Holy cow. Look at this. Austin Evans, massive burst of speed on the bottom line here. Both these guys did pit 39, so there's no difference in tires unless somebody's been sandbagging a little bit. Robertson able to pull away, holding the top line, and there we go. Robertson is able to scurry away by about a quarter of a second in front. Rotating back, Doug Neal falling down to 5th as Phillip Temples gets around him cleanly this time. Phillip Temples trying to get back to the lead, but he's got a long way to go. Robertson, Evans, Bomdude, Temples, Neal, Lynch, Bledsoe, Ross, Randy Bledsoe, and Billy Stanley rounding out our top 10. Battle for 5th place here as it looks like Robert Lynch is taking a peek on the inside. We'll take a look back at Randy and Anthony in the back. Here in just a second, yeah, it looks like Robert Lynch is going to lose that position. As Randy Bledsoe, wow, tries to slice here on the inside of 78. Toyota of Douglas Ross. Douglas Ross trying to hold 8th position. Definitely tough here at Bristol. No nice scene, no nice place to be. Everybody is under fire on every turn. As we're taking a look at Billy Stanley, you see him kind of taking a peek here on the outside of the 81 Chevrolet. No room there. Randy Bledsoe's going to rotate up a little bit. Billy on the bottom. Billy, ooh, man. Billy rotates up. Definitely shows what that VR able to bring it a lot closer than some of these other guys. Randy Bledsoe definitely still under fire here by Billy Stanley. Billy on the bottom. Let's get going here. Oh, Randy Bledsoe on the wall. Now he's got matching paint that Billy Stanley has. Both of them right sides are scraped up, and that looks like the end of that battle. Rotating back up front where Robert Lynch is trying to reel back in Doug Neal. No can do. So far, Phillip Temples about a second and a half off the lead, trying to see if he can run him in, but about 10 laps left to go in this one. Running out of time. Yeah, Robert Lynch down on the bottom. You kind of see how he's peeking here on the inside. Clean air is what he's looking for. He's trying to see if he can get some more engine power here to get pulled around. He's got the tires to do it. Seeing last time he did pit on 39. Out of the top, about the top 6. From 6 up, the one who has the newest tires would be Phillip Temples, who did pit on lap 51. No can do so far. Robertson may be closing to the win here. Half a second is what he's got pulled off of Austin Evans. We can stay green all the way to the end. This should be pretty good. See Brian Rainville out there. Appreciate you tuning into the broadcast here, man. Definitely awesome stuff. Oh man. Robert Lynch trying to see if he can dice it on the inside here, but no can do. So close, but no cigar. Rotating back just a little more. Looks like Anthony Bledsoe able to hold off Douglas Ross. And Randy getting way loose behind him, trying to hold this top line. But holding that extreme top line, he'll have the turn exit speed here, but not the turn in. And that's where you see some of these guys able to get a fender and then lose it. Right now, Douglas Ross trying to see if he can put a little work on Anthony. Oh, man. Anthony watching that 78 all over him here, but Randy's starting to push him into him. Trying to see if they can get around here. No can do. Only 3 laps left to go. Robertson is away by over a second now. Tune in just a second. I want to see if what ends up happening with Douglas Ross here, if he can get slid underneath the 54 machine. So far, 3 Toyotas with Lynch, Bledsoe, Douglas Ross. And Douglas Ross, ooh, he's got just about a fender on him here. So close. As they come up with the white flag is out. Top 14 drivers out on the lead lap here. This may or may not do it. Billy Stanley trying to peek for another spot, and he's going to get it. Adam Robertson, race winner, here he comes. Boom. Wins it here at Bristol. Austin Evans second, and Robert Bomb gets it here. Third place, Phillip Temples from pole to 4th. Doug Neal ends up in a top 5 again. Great job. His consistency getting top 5 and top 10s here for Doug Neal. Just got to try to get him on the podium. Robert Lynch moves up 3 positions, sitting 6th. Douglas Ross, biggest mover of the race. 11 positions, sitting 7th. Anthony Bledsoe, 8th. Billy Stanley, 9th. Great job, all our drivers out here so far. They're going to line up for a quick picture here and then get locked and loaded. Appreciate you guys joining us here at Simtrax Broadcasting and the GRaceland Shootout Series. Guys, don't go away just yet. We're going to talk to our top 3 drivers out there and see what kind of their take on this one. I wasn't sure if Adam Robertson may bring home the win. Austin Evans looked like he had it lined up, but not quite right at the end. Show where our guys here so far. Like I said, about the top 14 drivers are on the lead lap. David Cox was in serious trouble, seeing that the last lap held by Robertson was just about 15 seconds. He was only 13.7 off. So David Cox and Larry Fairman very, very close together. Alrighty, yep. Great race. Appreciate you guys joining out there. Guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're looking to get into the GRaceland Shootout Series. You can find everything for all the leagues I do, even this league, simtraxbroadcasting.com. We'll be able to get you'll be able to find everything we're doing there. So hold on just a moment, and we'll try to chase down some of our drivers out there. Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. Appreciate you guys hanging on. We've got him. We've got him in the booth. The number 9 Chevrolet, Robert Doig here. Dude, talk to me about this race here at Bristol. Was it harder than you thought?
Well, I'm just happy that I was up front, so that made it a little easier. But yeah, it was tough at times. There was a couple things I had to dodge, and it got crazy up front a couple times too.
Yeah, well, you were top 5 most of the night. I know a couple of your fellow drivers up front got turned around. Talk to me a little bit about, I don't know if it's a sore subject, that Phillip Temples ended up getting kind of turned around right there in front of you. Talk to me about what happened. Did Phillip kind of check up a little bit?
Yeah, I really apologize about that, and I feel bad about it because that's not my style. But I followed him there for a couple laps, and he'd been running a different line than he was running earlier. He's more centered to low, and it seemed like when I bumped him there, he checked up a little more than I was expecting from the couple laps prior to that. So I really do apologize for getting into him for that.
No, that's all right. I was going to say, I think Phillip Temples ended up getting into Doug Neal. I think, you were not the only driver, and he was getting into people. You were getting into them. And I think some of these other guys ended up getting turned around. But that's kind of the way Bristol is, man. There's no way around it. But we head to Kansas next week. How confident are you feeling heading into the mile-and-a-half cookie cutter?
I feel good about Kansas. I like Kansas. I run well there, and really looking forward to it.
All right, man. Well, definitely looking pretty good here. I believe you are tied for the lead in points. This should boost you ahead of Phillip Temples a little bit, and I think there's finally going to be a 3-way break here. Congratulations. Give me your shout-outs.
Yeah, thanks a lot there, Patrick, obviously to you and Simtrax Broadcasting, gRaceland Shootout Series for putting this league on, 5-Star Brewery for their sponsorship, and Tommy D and Beef Jerky Unlimited for the Pole Award sponsor. It's a great job.
Oh, yeah. Robert Doig, 9 Chevrolet. Great job tonight.
Thanks, sir.
All right, everybody, that's going to do it for him. That moves me to Austin Evans. Wasn't sure if he was going to get the second place, but he was very, very, very close. Let's talk to Austin Evans here a little bit. Austin, this race here tonight was something else, man. Just didn't have enough there for Robertson, but it looked like before the caution you had something for him.
I had something before I before I changed tires, and once I put new tires on, man, I burnt my right front up just trying to stay up there and get up there with them, and I just couldn't even catch them on the, on the restarts. I'm horrible on restarts, but had a good run off of 2. I just couldn't get it to stick and slide up in front of them.
Yeah, it almost the way the new restart zone is, it's almost better to be in third.
Yes.
Third place, because you can launch when the leader does. You're so worried about getting the black flag. You're so worried about, jump starting. Go from second to last place. That's the last thing you want to do. And definitely here at Bristol, you don't want to make a mistake.
Oh, yeah. I definitely learned that, spinning out at the beginning of the race and dropping all the way to tail end. I don't know how I was able to grab a second finish tonight.
All right, well, it was definitely tough, man. It definitely, and the way I look at it, man, this thing being a half-mile concrete track, about every 7 seconds you're back into the next turn. How physically taxing is it, out there in the truck to be, off the gas, on the gas, off the gas, on the gas, and hitting your braking points right?
This is definitely a rhythm track. Once you get in your rhythm and you can relax, you're pretty good. I just trying to get up on the wheel too much on that. Near the end of the race, just burning my tires up too much.
All right, Austin Evans. Well, you did a great job tonight. Here you are, second place. Kansas is next week. Confidence level, high, low, or just, man, it's just another track?
We'll just wing it. I mean, that's all we can do.
All right, well, hopefully you'll be able to find a drafting buddy out there, because that mile-and-a-half cookie cutter, man, it definitely gets pretty nuts out there. Austin Evans, give me shout-outs.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank everybody for putting this on. Beef Jerky Unlimited and 5-Star Beverages, but Rich Blake for painting my truck, man. He does an awesome job, and Phillip Temples for helping me out, everything that he's done, and everybody else in the RBDB team. So thank you guys.
All right, appreciate it, Austin Evans. See if you can get Rich Blake out here, man. I miss seeing that 66 truck out here. Congratulations on your second place finish.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Patrick.
All right, everybody, that brings us to our the one and only, our race winner. We did talk to Adam Robertson earlier in the race, and he definitely had a little bit to say. He was nervous. But he did seem calm, cool, and collected here. Adam Robertson finally coming away with a win here, man. A long time coming.
Oh yeah, we had a truck that could have done it pretty much every week. Just kind of circumstances on most of them. But once I got in my rhythm and got back out front, it was easy. Clean air was key. I was saving the whole time pretty much, and I looked up in the mirror once. I'm like, oh, I got half straightaway lead, so I just kind of kept easing up, so just in case we got a late restart.
Well, the only Ford to place in the top 5 out here. The rest were Chevrolets behind you. I don't know. Some say it's maybe a kind of bad juju, or somebody says, but you were able to pull away with the win here on the concrete track. Was there any secret? I mean, you'd say the High Line was one good area to be. Austin Evans started up there. I mean, what was the key to coming away with the win?
Can't give my secrets away.
Good restarts, right?
That's
what everybody says.
It was a combination of good restarts and getting in a rhythm. This is a rhythm track. Just keeping a rhythm, hitting your marks every lap. Years ago, I actually had to run a racetrack. In real life, it was very similar as far as you had to hit rhythms and stuff like that, and I was always really good there. So once you can get out in that rhythm, you're going to be pretty good. Even if you're on that one restart when I was getting pressured, I just drove off in the corner a little bit farther, and that's how he didn't get up and slide up in front of me. And once I got cleared of him, just got back in my rhythm and kept going.
All right, man. Well, this I've asked the other 2 drivers here so far, and I'll ask you as well, but we've got Kansas and Chicagoland. I'm not going to ask your confidence level. What I want you to do is I want you to tell me which one do you feel better at Kansas or Chicagoland?
I would feel better at Kansas as long as we don't have a repeat of last season, me coming across the line sideways and losing the race on the last lap.
Yeah. I think I got a picture of that. I think I posted a picture. Wasn't that where you and Randy Bledsoe were sideways on that one?
Yeah, and Rich slid on by us on that one.
Man, that would be something to see Rich return for that one and come out there and do it again. But Adam Robertson, fantastic job here tonight, man. In the 5-Star Beverages 28 Ford here tonight. Give me your shout-outs.
I thank 5-Star Beverages for sponsoring the league. Beef Jerky Unlimited for coming on for a Pole Award. I actually had some of their beef jerky this week. That's some of the best beef jerky I've ever eaten in my life. Thank Billy for putting on the league, and all the fans out there watching. Go out there and get in social media and get your videos in so you can get on there and tell us to start our engines.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about, I believe we have Miss Liz Stanley out there as our Grand Marshal today. So I think I've got a couple other people already locked and loaded, but if everybody can turn those in, we'll be able to get them on here. Adam Robertson, appreciate you joining us here tonight, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, and that's going to do it here so far. I do want to go ahead and mention here just a little bit and give it just a second here. I do want to see if I can take a peek at our biggest mover of the race, Douglas Ross, out there, and see if I can grab a hold of him for a quick talk here. Let me see if I can grab a hold of him. Douglas Ross, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Patrick. I got you.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get a quick piece from you. First time in the league, up 11 positions at Bristol. Anything like any other leagues you've driven?
I could definitely tell you. I mean, you know that I've raced with the Big Show guys, and after doing this race tonight, I could tell you these guys are nothing like the Big Show. These guys came to play tonight.
Oh yeah, 110%. And they're definitely tough for kind of back and forth. Did have a bunch of cautions here, but I will admit there are good days and there are bad days, and you obviously see when you head into a short track like this, man, there's no rhyme or reason. There's no way of getting out of some of these. It's just sometimes just the luck of the draw here.
Right, and definitely is, and it's all about just staying out of trouble pretty much, when it comes to typical Bristol and everything like that. But even just handling the track itself, that I did the knockout race with the Big Show guys. It's just about practicing with them and everything, and I just thought I'd bring my talent here just to see exactly what these guys could do. And basically, I mean, the talent and the talent's definitely here, and practicing with others paid off, because 7th place, I would have never expected that tonight.
All right. Well, congratulations on your finish. Like I said, up 11 places in the 78 Toyota here. You know what? Give me your shout-outs. I say, since you're the hard charger here of the night.
Well, I do want to give a shout-out to to Robert Lynch for letting me become a part of the league. I'm really, really grateful for that, for him giving me an opportunity. And I also want to give out a shout out to you and Simtrax Broadcasting. You guys definitely do a hell of a job when it comes to broadcasting any kind of league. And definitely it was just an overall overnight. And as you actually seen on my truck, you might as well know about this now ahead of time, because you're actually going to be seeing it with the big show. The Imperium Motorsports Toyota, this is actually the debut race of Imperium Motorsports tonight, and we will actually be bringing that momentum to the big show next week.
Ooh. All right, Douglas Ross, appreciate you tuning in on that. And everybody, if you guys are looking to join up for the big show, qualifiers are going on now, and then we'll be actually having that race. What day is that? I was going to say.
That is going to be next Sunday. I think it's the 26th, I think.
Should be the 26th, yeah, for the big show. So I know that's going to be a pretty good race, locked and loaded for there. And I think Stella and I are getting ready for that one. Douglas Ross, appreciate joining me here in the booth tonight.
Hey, no problem, man. Looking forward to it, and I'll see you next week.
Yep. All right, everybody, and that's going to do it for us here at Simtrax Broadcasting. Definitely a wild one here tonight. Definitely wild, and no lack of definitely some different driving. Next week, on the 25th, we'll be heading to Kansas Motor Speedway. Guys, don't forget to tune in for that one. It should be definitely a heck of a run there, especially new drivers, new faces, and everybody looking to put on a great show. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Good night, everybody. I will see you next time.